Boop. I'm gonna give it an 8. Only I'm gonna give it a 7 actually. Only because I think it would have been more solid baseline, super basic though. It's super basic. I think with Scorpion they could have done something. Not enough fire and no use of his spear. Like it just goes straight to the katana. It's okay. I'm giving that a 5. That kind of sucks. Like, I feel like, I don't know. Like, they do everything off screen. Like, I get they're sending him to, like, the Nether Realm, but showed something. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of that one.
Finish him.
Should have seen the flesh get burned off the body. Yeah. Yeah, it feels very bare bones. All right. Can't block. That's also a 5. That's a hard 5. That's so. I feel like he should have kicked him, right? Like his head should get kicked off or something. Or like it superheats again and then uppercuts him. You get a 3. Well, if I'm rating it as like 10 out of 10 is the best out of best, 0 out of 10 is worst, 5 out of 10 would be just like basic bitch. And this is pretty basic. There we go. Yeah, I think I'm gonna give it a 9. I'm not gonna give it a 10 for one reason. It rips the body in half. How does it rip the like I get the chomp, but like it pulls the body in half. I don't know. Like the pool looks weird to me. It's a little too funky. Really cool that it's a mention of his old Mortal Kombat, like the movie. I think it's the not the movie, the game, the second one, third one. Is it the third one? It's one of them. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 9. I'm gonna give it a 9. Okay. Okay. I'll give it an 8. It's almost a 9. The only reason it's not a 9, if he sliced the head in half with the body in half at the same time, looks so fucking cool. Might even be a 10 out of 10. But I'm gonna give it an 8, only because it doesn't also slice the head. When I first saw it, it was a 10. I think it's an 8 now. It might be a 9 because he just keeps bleeding, though. It's brutal. That's a very gruesome. I'm gonna give it an 8. I'm gonna give it an 8 because there's his one in 10 does it more for me. I'm gonna give it an 8. I'm gonna give it a 7. I just don't feel anything towards it. 6 out of 10? Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 7. I can't kick you the most if you don't have any balls. Like the pulling the whole body off is cool, but it doesn't do it for me. I think so. You see in the background where it's got the spikes. I think it would have been cooler if you saw the spikes like going through his body and like piercing him. I think it'd be way cooler. It feels kind of tame. It feels safe. I think having all those crystals, like, or the ice crystals, just like piercing through him, and maybe even turning him into like a pin cushion would be way cooler. So I said this when we first saw it. No, it's Kano's. It's the classic but basic. Yeah, it's a 5. It might even be a 4. That's a 9. That's great. That's actually so funny. And then he holds it up in the air. Yeah, that's a 9 for me. That's great. Only thing that could make that better is if he, like, exploded it at the end. Just, like, crystal shards everywhere. It's the only thing that could have made that better. Oh my god. Oh, that's so good. Oh, that's tough. That's really good. I'm gonna give it a 9. I want to give it a 10, but I feel like there's just something missing. I'm gonna give it a 9. I don't know what it is that's missing for me, but that's a 4. What? That's a 4. That is a nasty 4. That is Oh! I'm gonna give it an 8. I think I'd a 10. Oh man. I'm gonna give it an 8. I think him slamming the body instead of ripping all the individual pieces, I think slamming the body and having the pieces explode off would be cooler. I'm gonna give it an 8. Oh, oh my god. Oh, it wipes him off his boot. Oh, that's a 9. That's a solid 9. Oh, that's disgusting. I love the, like, he peels him off the ground and then wipes his boot clean. Oh, you can see, like, the stringiness of it. Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's a solid 9. That's a 4. What is that? What was the point of the acid spit? It's just like, here's my vommies. Enjoy the vommies. Why? That's a 4. If he like exploded the stomach afterwards and it like dripped all over him. Give it a 6. I like the slicey bit. I feel like it would have been better to see like the ball in his throat drips down, then explodes. Give it a 6. It's a lot of the same. Pogger's ominous. 6. Yeah. Give it a 6. It's cool. I like that the fans expand in him. I want more though. It feels very unceremonious. A lot of build up for a lot of nada.
Watch this.
4. Nah. 4. No. I think I'm gonna give it a. I think I'm gonna give it a 6. I think I'm gonna get a 6. I like the uppercut. I think it would have been cooler if he did like his like front flip kick and then slammed it into the body rather than pulling the.
Watch this.
Damn it, Shark.
And the award goes to
Okay, it's an 8. Here's why it's an 8. Here's why it's an 8. If he took his arms and posed them and then pushed him over, it looks so good. If he posed the same way as the statue, 10. Without it, 8. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool one.
Too easy.
It's a 9. I like it. We don't have Kratos. I'll pull up a YouTube vid. I like it. I like that he gets pierced on her staff. Yeah. It's a 9 for me. I like the pulling of the head. Yeah. It's a solid 9. It's a good one. It's a 9. I want to give it a 10. It's a 9. The reason it's not a 10 is I think they could have done more with her, like, the seductive thing that she's got going on. Looks really cool. Give it a 9. Oh, through the feet. Oh. I'm gonna give it a 7. I like it more than the Johnny Cage one, but it's still I like that it rips from like so the legs pull apart from the sockets on your hip. I think that's really good. I think attention to detail, like, that's awesome. I think I'll give it an 8 just for the attention to detail. I think if he pulled it back to him, have more effect, I'll give it a 6. I like it. It's an 8. It uses 3 of his abilities in one move. It's a solid 8. Dude. Give it a 6. The reason I give it a 6, it's too quick. I would prefer it to do like a as it's going through. The fact that it's so fast, it just feels like he's like flaying him rather than like cutting through bone. It doesn't have an impact. It lacks so much impact because of it. Too efficient's a good way to put it, yeah. Oh, oh, that's a 10. That's a 10. Oh, that's awesome. The only thing that would have made it just a little bit better if he was smaller pieces. That's a 10. That's goated. There's like a brief moment of panic of like, oh God, I'm falling apart, man. Oh. Oh my God. I'm gonna give it a 10. I think it could have something better to it. I'm gonna give it a 10. I love the sheer panic in his face. Just, stop pulling me apart. I give it a 9. I give it a 9 just because of the crawling factor. A 3. Wow. I'm a big fan of portals separating people. I'm giving that one a fat 9. Yeah, that's a 10. That's a 10. He melts him from the inside out. Yeah, that's a solid 10. That's awful. There we go. Give it a 5. I like his other one more. Yeah, I like his. Give it a 5. Feels basic. I'm not a huge fan. Do do do. That's a 10. I don't know what you could have done to make that better for Sector. That's awesome. That's a really cool one. I'll give it a 10. Yeah. There's not much else you could have done with that. That was really cool. That was really, really cool. Do do do. That's a 10. That's awesome. That's a straight up 10. That is awesome to look at. The pizzazz, yeah. That's a double 10 for Sector. That's so cool. Human Scarecrow.
Sonya.
Yep. I'm a huge fan of that. That's really, really cool.
Mission accomplished.
4. That's a 4. Like, okay. I don't know. It's just there's no impact there. It feels so boring. It's just like, ah, yes, I put you apart.
Mission accomplished.
Doom, doom, doom. Oh. I give it a 7. I give it a 7 only for one reason. It would be much cooler. That's a good point because he stands there. I'm not a fan of it. I give it a 6 because of that. I think if she kicked him in the dick and then put it in his mouth and like pulled through his mouth, it would be way cooler. Yeah, I think like through the mouth and then cutting off the upper half of his skull, way cooler. Way, way, way cooler. Missed opportunity. Nah, I think the extra arms is too much. I think almost possibly it would be cooler if he hit him with it. I think just the clap to the head is good enough. It would be basic enough to just like maybe like cuz his arms are supposed to be like powerful. It'd be really cool if it was just like just like a big explosion. Boop, boop, boop. Give it an 8. Give it an 8. I like the punt. I like the punt into the. It'd have been cooler if he was like goal or something like that. Yeah. Give me more football. Just make it comedic. Make it super comedic. Why not? I don't like that there's no blood. There's no blood and there's no screeching. He's not like, oh my god. It's I don't know. It lacks impact. Kano's always been one of my favorites. Kano has a 10 out of 10 on MK11 for me that I just adore. Give it a 3? I give it I'm always pretty favorable with Kano. He's very no nonsense. He's very simplistic, so I always tend to grade him pretty unfairly for it. I give it an 8. The only reason I'm not going to give it more is because I think if he dripped his new fatalities are better. So people despise the one where he just slams his head into yours repeatedly until yours explodes. That's my favorite fatality in Mortal Kombat 11. It's so simple and so cool. I'm gonna give it an 8. Oh, put the heart on his head! Put the heart on his... That's a 6. That's a 6 for the missed opportunity. Come on. Put the heart on his head. put the head in the heart and the heart on the head. That's a missed opportunity. Oh! That's a 9. I like it. That's a 9. That's a 2. Wow, Riven gave it a 2. It's gonna be a 5, but that tongue wiggle made it. Yeah, the tongue wiggle. The tongue wiggle. -4. 3. Wow, -4 because Striker. Give it a 9. I like it. I like the taser into the gun. The taser was lame though. Nah. It gives them a reason not to fight back. It's like, oh god, I'm being tased. Oh my god, my head's gone. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Taser's totally lame. Ah, man. Do, do, do. That's a 4. It would have been way cooler if they shoved it in his mouth and then shot it. Striker's so lame. That's a 4. That's so disappointing. Come on, Striker.
Finish him.
Lame. That's a 1. That's a 1. That's so bad. That's a 1. That's a 1. Give it a 0 if I could. That's a 1. That's awful. That's awful. Oh my gosh. That's a 10. That's a 10 for me. Yeah. That's a 10 out of 10. That's great. That's so good. Yeah. The like fighting back your own hand. The laugh got me. 9. Oh yeah. Fighting back your own hand, trying to pull off your head is just awful. Oh my gosh. Okay. It's an 8. If he held up the other body part, or the other half on the other side, it would be a 10. It's an 8. That's awesome. It's not a 10 because he doesn't hold it up on both sides. First strike. 10. That's a 10. That's a super 10. That's a 10. That's awesome. It literally spins him. It's like, oh, we're going for a ride. Oh my god, my limbs. Go to 5. It'd be a 4 if it didn't slow down because of his ability. That kick, though, it's a 4. It's a 5. It would be a 4 if it didn't use his ability. It's a 5. The fact that it doesn't okay. It's sharp. It's not pointy at the top. It's a hook. But the blade is supposed to be sharp. So why doesn't it slice straight through? Doesn't make any sense. Bothers me. It shouldn't land and stick. It should slice all the way through. Oh, I thought he was gonna run with it. I thought he was gonna run and pull his entrails out. That's a 3. That's a hard 3. I thought he was gonna run with his entrails and be like, I'm running. I got him. Yeah, that's a 3. Great way to put it. Why? It's like a 7. Would have been way better if he held him up and went like, just started like shocking him. Give it a, I'll give it a 6. Feels like luster. Nah, I'm gonna give that a 5. I don't feel anything. It just feels safe. Didn't he just rip his ass off? It's a 1. Yeah, feels safe. It'd have been cool if he like shocked a lightning bolt through all of them and then exploded all at once. Safe. It's a 5. It's a 1. What's a 1? That's so bad. That's so bad. He literally kills himself. So you win and you kill yourself. It's a 1. Oh! Scrambled his brains. Only thing that would have been cooler is if it did it to like all of his major organs. So you saw it in like his entrails, you saw it at his heart and his brain. It's an 8. That's a good one. The brain scrambling. Yeah, it'd be really cool if they did something with like his intestines and they fall out. His heart explodes. Yeah. It's a cool one. This meat suit is mine. I'm gonna wear you. That's a 10. That's awesome. That pulls off his whole. Oh my. That's so good. That's so good. This is a meat suit. This is mine now. That's a solid 10. That's great. Today I learned that me and Penny have very different tastes. Bonk. Stop hitting yourself. Oh my god, the pose! That's a 9. That's a 9 with the clap. Clap, clap, clap. The like sexy pose of like, Yeah, that's an 8. That's an 8 and a 10. Or 9 and a 10. Wow. She might have the best ones. Those are great. Oh, I think I know what this one is. That's a 10 for me. I love it. He just keeps beating him to death. A 2! Oh, it's a 10. Get out of here. It's a 10! No. The first one's an 8. First one's an 8. Why does he have a sword? Why does he have a sword? Can anyone tell me why he has a sword? It's a 4. He just has a magical sword for no reason. Oh my. It's an 8. I think it would have been better on Melina. I think this fatality would be better on Melina. It's an 8. It's an 8 for me. It's cool. Oh. It's a 7. I don't think the beginning part's necessary. She stabs herself. Why? By this point, you beat them to death. There should be plenty of blood on the battlefield. It doesn't need it. They don't need it though. It's all there's already blood on the field. There ain't no reason. Doesn't make any sense. It's a 7. Hemomancy. I get it, Nira. It's a 7. Oh, the eyeball! That's an 8. It's an 8 because it's Kenshi. And Kenshi's one of my least favorite fighters. If it was anyone else, it'd be like a 9. It's an 8. I think it'd have been better if the sword pierced like through his mouth or something towards the screen. I think the plain cut doesn't do anything for me. 10 and 11 go for gore. Yeah. Oh! Oh my god. Oh man, it just splits him in half. I give it an 8. That's a solid 8. It's cool. It's not great, but it's cool.
Scorpion.
That's a 1! That's so lame! What? That's a 1! That's so goofy. Puts a bubble on his head. What's up, Gecko? That's a 1. It's a 5. Yeah. I don't like it. I don't like it. I think it would have been better on Quan Chi. I think it would have been better on Quan Chi using his skulls and like attacking the knees. It's an 8. It's a reference to the first movie. It's an 8. I like it. He does the same thing to Johnny Depp in the first movie. Yeah. It's a solid 8. References are always cool. Do, 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 do.
Finish him.
I guess so, Joy. I mean, they're like unconscious. The stand at the end just, it's so like unnecessary. I don't know. Yeah. It's a 5. It's cool. It's not great. It is what it is. Feels safe. Feels just like there could have been more to it. You don't need that anymore.
Fatality.
That's a 9. That's a solid 9. Oh!
Kintaro.
Oh, that's a 10.
Fatality.
Oh, that's so good. That's a 10. That's awesome. Just explodes.
Fatality.
That's a 9. That's cool. Oh, it's a 10. Oh, like the and then just staring at you like, ah, please stop.
Kintaro. Wins.
That's a 10.
Fatality.
Oh my god. The peril in her eyes. Oh, that was so good. Just the absolute terror of please, please stop.
Round 1. Fight.
It's a 10. The triple laugh. Get out of my way.
Wins.
I like a 6. It's okay.
Kratos wins.
Give it a 7. I didn't think anything about it. It just felt there. I don't know. I didn't care enough.
Kratos wins. Fatality.
Another 7. This is few hits. Kratos felt underwhelming. Let's go through. Scorpion was meh. Shiva was really good. 11 is better, yeah. 10 is gory and gruesome. 11 had a good balance. Quan Chi had a good one. Shang Tsung's second one was really good. Goro and Kintaro have the 2 best in the game.